I'm going to try to fix the latency problem, my voice not synced, but I have to look into it. Don't worry about it. We are becoming united more and more on Earth. First, we're going to look even more divided, which is really what's happening now. But underneath it, there's a third wave. There's a wave rising, a third wave rising of true non-duality, not the fake spiritual enlightenment Advaita bullshit that the ego just goes, oh, there's nothing that's ever happened. Not that fake shit, which is mostly fake, let's be honest. Ramana Maharshi and Papaji and all that, beautiful. But we try to still, the ego mind tries to do a shortcut. You go, oh yeah, I don't need to even deal with anything. That's not going to work. You're going to have to deal with cleaning your energies, You can't just mentally masturbate and think, oh, I'm enlightened now. It doesn't work that way. It's like saying, I identify as an NBA player. It's not going to work for me, okay? Or I identify as winning the 100 meters in the next Olympics. I'll get the gold medal. That's what I identify like. It's not going to work. La La Land, don't do it. That's my recommendation. But there's a third wave, a true unitedness that's happening. It's very beautiful. Somebody sent me a little meme today that said, be kind to yourself. I'm not being unkind, I'm just trying to poke fun at us and how we try to shortcut everything. Be kind to yourself. You're trying to make friends with things that in parts of yourself that you've been enemies with for many eons. On Earth right now, we're trying to make friends with things inside ourselves that we've made enemies for many eons. Of course, it's going to take some purging and pain and what we term suffering. Suffering is optional. But you have to do the cleaning. You can suffer while you clean the house, or you can go, all right, this is just what needs to be done. So this is going to show up everywhere. There's a presidential candidate in America right now named Andrew Yang. Silicon Valley, I think made money working in Silicon Valley, kind of brainiac, nerdiac. And he's proposing something that's very, very shocking to Americans. It goes against all Americana, rugged individual, pull yourself up by your own bootstraps and so forth. Universal basic income, meaning every citizen gets $1,000 a month, all 335 million people. And of course, not everyone's going to take it. Some people aren't going to take it. And our initial knee-jerk reaction is, that's bullshit. It's not going to work because people aren't going to be motivated to work. Well, $1,000 a month is still going to you still have to work. But it will keep us, often it'll be enough to keep people from falling through the cracks into homelessness and so forth. They don't feel totally shunned and cast out. And you go, well, how the hell is the government possibly going to pay for that? Thanks for the contribution, by the way. Appreciate it very much. That's my universal basic income is from God, right? I don't need the government. But not everyone is at a place where they have enough faith or belief that we're taken care of, It's very humbling. And years ago, I posted a cartoon of a punk, with a A for anarchy on his t-shirt, Doc Marten boots, spiked hair, fucking earrings and metal everywhere, holding up a sign saying, no government. And right next to him was Mr. John Birch in America, very conservative, bow tie, bald, pudgy, fat, little perfect country club, businessman. He was holding up a sign saying, no government. They're polar opposites. Super punks at the time, right? Anarchy, right? And they were holding up the same sign, and they were surprisingly looking at each other going, I'm super left, or total anarchy, and I'm total control, super libertarian, fundamentalist, whatever. And they held up the same sign saying, no government. I love when the extremes, as the yin and yang does it, the extremes turn into each other. If you go too far into the black and the yin and yang, imagine it in 3D now, you turn into a wormhole that you end up coming out as light, as the white. The sun, when you go deep enough into the sun, you go into a black hole coming out into another universe. Well, it's the same with duality. As we've created duality, the polar opposite, thank you, yin and yang symbol, is perfect. And this guy's name is Andrew Yang, by the way, I'm talking about. Look him up. Now, we may not be ready for this. Your reaction is going to be, well, the stupid masses are too programmed, they're not ready. That may be true. He may have no chance at all, realistically getting elected as president, or what's her name that used to work with A Course in Miracles, God bless her, Williamson, no chance. But we don't know. We don't know. Give it a chance. Now, radicalism, Bernie, it's crazy, or whatever, the Green Party, and then the crazy, there's somewhere in the middle that we meet. That's what's fun. That's the third wave. The meeting of polar opposites is the union, the alchemy. It's going to happen inside us. How many people in the world hate their bodies? At least the developed world. Just about all of us, right? Because everything is, every damn meme you see, or every clickbait is about losing weight or sex, right? So you're going to have to polar opposite merge inside ourselves. Left and right hemispheres, upper and lower chakras, body versus spirit, soul, all that. This is the merging. The third wave is the emerging merging. The third wave is the emerging merging. The seeds are here right now. Right before that happens, everything goes to extremes. There's going to be a lot of gnashing of teeth and wailing on Earth. If you haven't noticed, it's kind of already happening. Individually, I don't know if you felt the intensity this year of, holy fuck, what happened to being able to relax? It's like relentless. You've got to do something about it. We've waited till the last day to study for the whole semester, kind of syndrome on Earth. So I would suggest tap your attention into the third wave of unity, where you meet from seeming polar opposites, like super libertarians now, which are like more right than right-wing people, more right than conservatives and right-wing people. Libertarians are laissez-faire government, which literally means mind control, governmentation. Libertarians are like, that government governs best, which governs not at all, not even least. Well, they're interested in doing universal basic income. The super right libertarians. And maybe the super leftists, and we could meet there. Well, how about universal basic income? Why? Because it's better for society. It'll cost, whatever it is, $1 trillion a year approximately. Look up the numbers for the Yang here. To give everyone who wants it, not everyone is going to want it, but most people will. They'll go, oh, the extra 1,000, not turning that away. But obviously wealthy people are going to, they'll start something about not obviously taking that, but putting it back into the system. When you don't have people falling into hopelessness is because consciousness is the place that creates all of it, right? So if you have people turning into hopelessness, like Bonnie and Clyde, the movie that's out recently with Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson, the Highwaymen, it's the hopelessness of the 1920s crash, of the era of depression, that everyone went for Bonnie and Clyde. They supported them. They were like Robin Hoods, they felt, because there's so much hopelessness and anger against the wealthy cats. They're rich. We should kill the rich. That slogan that the leftists is, like blood sacrifice again. That's not going to work. So all this, if you have people go into hopelessness, it's revolution. It foments violent, blood-letting revolution. So the libertarians, or big billionaires, millionaires, they're into it. Universal basic income makes sense because less prison crowding. Prisoners are factories for criminality. No one gets redeemed. They all just learn how to do it better. And they bulk up so they can do it better, right? Rob you, kill you, threaten you, deal drugs. So they realize the advantage of keeping the prison population. Let's decrease it instead of increase it with the ridiculous laws, like the stupid thing that Clintons did, the third strike you're out or whatever. That's horrible. So people are waking up on both sides. Universal basic income might work, and there's examples of doing it. I think Finland's trying experiments. Alaska does it from the oil benefit. They give everyone some money, not enough, maybe $10,000 a year. I forget what it is, each citizen. So $1,000 a month, maybe. Who knows? And people think, well, how are we going to pay for it? Well, we're already spending $670 billion on welfare systems anyway. Another $230 billion the states do. So now we're already up to $900 billion. And then various other taxes. So actually we're already spending the money. But the less the government gets involved in controlling people, You know, that money will go back into the economy. Anyway, it's really hard for people to conceive of the third way, the universal non-duality. So give the guy a chance. Now, it may likely not happen this, election, but keep your eye open. What we're doing is we're sowing seeds for the third unified, united way. Instead of being divided and conquered into leftism and rightism, or people just giving up and saying, fuck this, I'm not even voting. Lots of people are doing that. And it can descend into chaos, controlled chaos by the New World Order, cabal and all that, overwhelming countries and getting us to fight each other so they can impose martial law, all that stuff. Sure, one world government. We've all heard about that we've heard about that for 30 years, right? So there's a new way, the third way, the united way, and not the organization. So we are doing progress because we're sowing these seeds. We're sowing seeds about another way of doing it. Hang on, I gotta catch my dogs here. Close your ears. I'm gonna whistle. Come on, Allie, come on. So, we are becoming more united. There's a third way. What's the poem in the beginning of my book? Angel wings and bestial rage, on a dare then turn the page. Where gossamer joins black leather, we all come together. I can't remember the last line, right? White gossamer and black leather, where we all come together. So all you have to do is allow the unitification of your own chakras, your own energy, your mind, your heart, whatever. You don't have to believe in chakras. And you will help contribute to the third unification and beyond duality. And we're sowing the seeds for it right now. On the Pleiades, there's no money system. I mean, there's no money. There's no banks. So most civilizations in the galaxy don't do the money system. Or the enlightened civilizations. I don't know about most. So, what do you want? It's up to you. Only you can prevent forest fires. But I'm enthused this morning because we're actually talking about it. It's actually able to surface and gaining some traction. Something like this guy, Andrew Yang, for President 2020. Now, whether it's actually possible or we're ready, we're too scared to come out of our divided and conquered state, can't trust no one. That's where the ego is, very, very fearful of trusting anything new especially. So I'm just suggesting, feel inside yourself, add with your consciousness, vote with your consciousness. What do you want? Vote with your consciousness. Much more powerful than a vote. What do you want? Do you want a unified, peaceful humanity? Imagine this. No, right? Heaven. No made up crap. Imagine there's some real heavens. Right? Beautiful. Anyhow. Of course, people are going to have to play out divide and conquer to the bitter end, unto death. They're going to have to kill each other. Who knows how it's going to play out? But Earth is not interested anymore in a fallen separated. In my opinion, from what I heard from her, she wants us to realize something more enjoyable. Is it possible to merge the yin and yang into something, the third way, beyond duality? Very possible. You are the biggest voter of that with your energy, your intention, or at least not your disbelief, at least not your negative denial of it. Much love. TobiasLars.com. Tomorrow we're doing the Sunday webcast, 11:30 California time. If you're interested, just go to my website, TobiasLars.com. You can register through there for the webcast. And if you haven't started yet, or you would like a method that's very practical and simple, innerbodyawakening.com. And after that, move on to the alchemyenergyprocess.com and got to put the in there, theheartenergy.com. All right, much love. I don't want to over talk. It's just been a problem of mine in the past. Later.